Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Stock Talk. My name is Julie and today I want to talk to you guys about crypto related stocks. Now I personally don't hold any Bitcoin or Ethereum in my portfolio. However, I do own some of these crypto related stocks in my portfolio and initially started buying them in 2016. Now I have not held on to them the entire time. I did sell them along the way to take my profit off the table, but then I did re-enter them at a better price point and so on. And I strongly suggest that you guys do the same thing, that you take your profit off the table because it does you no good if you see you have 20% profit, 50% profit, 100% profit, and just to see the stock plunge and now you're down 20%, 50%, or 100%. So you're better off just taking the profit and then re-entering the stock at another time. Also, when you do this, you're compounding your profit. And you're not just watching it like a yo-yo go up and down. Additionally, I highly suggest you always do your research and never blindly buy any stocks. Whether I mention them or somebody else mentions them in the video, always do your research. With that being said, this is not financial advice. But enough of the chatter. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stocks and see what the charts say. So I have 3 stocks for you guys today, and the first one is Bit Digital, which the ticker symbol is BTBT. Now, initially looking at this chart, this is definitely not a chart that I would typically trade because, yes, you can see a year ago it was trading around $33, then it came back down to $15, made lower highs at $30, and made lower lows, and so on. So this is not really a setup that I would trade. However, if you pay close attention and you look at their financials, you can see that the financials are actually quite strong. Their ROE is 35%. And if you compare to the industry average of 11%, you can see that the company's ROE is quite impressive. So in the long term, I think this has definitely room to grow. Now, given that the price point is around $6 and the low was $3.97 back in July, I think the downward risk is rather minimal in comparison to the growth that you could get, even if you were to just swing trade the stock. If we look at this chart, you can see that we have 2 points right around here at $14 in October, and September also for around $14, and then even back in, what is this, April, also around $14. So it seems like that it would be our first resistance. So we could definitely swing this stock from $6 to about $14. This is not a quick trade, but rather a swing trade or even potentially a long-term hold. But that would definitely be my first target, around $14. And then I would see if it comes back down to one of the moving averages or if it continues an uptrend. So this is my first stock. The second stock on my watch list is Riot Blockchain, and the ticker symbol for that is RIOT. Looking at this chart, this is definitely a much better setup compared to the BTBT chart because it is slightly on an uptrend. It did make a move from 15 to 79. This is not something I would initially trade because I'm more of a conservative trader. However, following the path, I can see that this has some great potential for the future. So after it made the high of 79, you can see it came down to the 50-day moving average and bounced right back off. Made lower highs and came back to the 50-day moving average, made lower highs again and actually breached the 50-day moving average and bounced off onto the 100-day moving average, bounced off, but then it came right through the 100-day moving average and bounced onto the 200-day moving average. Now here, it made a new uptrend, but not quite as impressive as we had seen before. It only went to about $40, came back down to our 200-day moving average, bounced back up, and it seems like the $40 price point was kind of the resistance. It came back down to the 200-day moving average, went right back to the resistance, went right back to about $40. So we can see this is kind of the resistance right here. So it's not getting past that. And then it even bounced to the 300-day moving average, consolidate for a little bit, and then it started to make new highs to $46. However, that didn't last very long. It came back down to the 200-day moving average and even breached the 300-day moving average. So right now it's consolidating around $21 and $24. So me personally, I would want to wait and see that it opens and closes above the 9-day moving average, and then the next day also opens and closes above the 9-day moving average. That would be my buying signal. However, looking at this chart, if I were to draw a line right here, so this is 21.28, and if I go all the way over here to the 200-day moving average, this is also somewhere around $21, $22. It seems like this is our new support line. So this would actually be a really good entry. Now, we don't know if it's going to consolidate for a while or if it's going to break to the upside or break to the downside. That's why it's important that you wait for your entry point. However, if you did want to enter here, I think our first resistance would be $41, and you could probably potentially set a stop loss around $19. So your risk to reward would be quite impressive, because you have room to go to 41, and then you could set your stop loss around $19 somewhere. So that's a really good risk to reward ratio. Now, the third stock on my list is Marathon Digital Holdings, and the ticker symbol for that is MARA. And this is my all-time favorite stock. This is the one I started trading in 2016 and been trading ever since. And this, if you look at the chart, actually has a perfect setup for me. So in a year ago, I was trading at $10.53, made a high, made a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high. And then it did tumble back down to the 50-day moving average, came back up, tumbled through the 50-day moving average until it found support on the 200-day moving average, but it bounced off the 200-day moving average, came back to the 200-day moving average, made new highs, came back to the 200-day moving average, made new highs up all the way to $83, and then sadly it did bounce down to the 300-day moving average, and right now it is hovering around the 300-day moving average, which for me is a great entry point as long as it stays above the 300-day moving average. So if I were to enter right here, I would definitely set a stop loss just slightly below the 300-day moving average, because if we look right over here where the 200-day moving average was, the price point is around $19. I would not want to enter Mara right now with the potential of it coming down all the way to $20. What I would do instead is enter now, set my stop loss. If it truly did come back down to this price point, I would see if it consolidates and then shows me an uptrend again, and then I would enter. However, if this opens and closes above the 9-day moving average and does it the next day, then this is definitely a buying signal for me, and I would add to my position that I have. Out of these three stocks, not only does Mara have the best setup right now, but also it's been trading for the longest. It's been around since 2010. Mara has actually produced 417 Bitcoins in October of 21, which is a 23% jump versus the previous months. So that boosts the value of the company's total Bitcoin holdings to about 457 million. The Bitcoin miner said. So Mara now has 4,553 Bitcoins. Its mining fleet consists of 27,280 active miners. And Marathon also said it has received 42,381 top-tier ASI miners from Bitmain this year, with another 3,285 ASI miners in transit. So the company expects to have about 133,000 operational miners by mid-2022. So I think this is definitely worth to keep on your watch list. I hope this gave you guys some great information. Please do your additional research on these companies and see which one you guys want to invest in, if any. And if you are interested in investing in any of these, I'd be interested in which one you guys chose. So let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.